Good evening. Yes, I'm all smiles. I cannot wait for this hour. We're launching a brand new one-day special from a designer called Anna Marie Horner. Anna Maria, I've got to say, actually. I'll just correct myself there. We have got a guest with us. It's not Anna Maria. It is our one and only Natasha. Let's say a good evening.
Good
You've
evening.
had a busy old day, haven't you, today?
Yeah, and it carries on tomorrow as well. So yes, feast or famine at the minute, but it's certainly feast today.
And how excited are we about these fabrics?
Do you know, Anna Maria has absolutely excelled herself this time. She's brought back some of her absolute classics. You've got Source Code, you've got the Echinacea, you've got some of my absolute favourites in there in glorious different colour tones that are just exquisite. We're talking big, bold, vibrant colours here. Beautiful florals. This is a lady that went to art college. She did fine art. You know, she really knows her stuff. She's passionate about her garden. She really knows her florals, and she's not afraid to show it or use them. They are just fabulous.
They certainly are. There is something extra special about what we've got on offer here. Now, you've got a 16-piece. Now, these, I've got to make sure you understand as well, US fat quarter, so it's slightly different, isn't it?
Yeah, so basically in the UK, we have to do things metrically. Which means that a fat quarter would be 1/4 metre. But because these are coming from the States, it's done by the yard. So instead of being 20 by 22 inches, they are 18 by 22 inches. So there's just a slight difference in there because, like I said, it's 1/4 yard rather than a metre. But that's the, that's the difference.
Wonderful. I'm going to put this back as neatly as I possibly can, so I'm not spoiling things. There
it's been
we are.
beautifully laid out, hasn't it? You've got to
it has. I hardly dare touch it. And I've got to say, you complement the fabric so beautifully with your lovely waistcoat. Well, that was a pure accident. Yours was deliberate. Mine was an accident. Now, let's have a look what we've got here for you. We've got an amazing saving as well. We have got different choices for you, so let's run through these fabrics. Now, the first selection here, absolutely gorgeous. Let's do them all because it's a one-day special. 16 pieces. You've got 100% cotton as well. I'm just going to sort of peel these back so you can see more of the detail. This beautiful flower, Echinacea.
This is the Echinacea. I fell in love with this print about 4 or 5 years ago.
Wow.
When I first saw it, and a lady called Jenny Smith had made the most incredible dress out of it. And I just went, excuse me, sorry, what? And I thought it was going to be one of those fabrics that you just wouldn't see again. But actually, this is one that Anna Maria brings back in different colorways, and it is a stunner every time.
It really is, isn't it? I'm peeling these back and I'm looking at the different colours there. The turquoise that we just saw coming through in the front. This one is stunning. And it was a pure coincidence that I was wearing a very similar colour today. I had no idea, but that is absolutely gorgeous, isn't it? In fact,
you're going to love the bag I'm going to make later then.
Oh, you're going to use this one?
I am.
Are you?
Yes, because it's such a hit of colour and it contrasts so beautifully. This is my other favourite, just in case anyone's interested. This is Source Code and it's just beautiful. It was Flowers by Moonlight, basically. And so the colours that come through, there's always that dusky, almost ethereal element to it. I just love it.
Wow. As I peel these back again, lay them flat, we can have another look at the designs here. This is the first set of 8. We've got another set to go through at the moment. I am trying to be as neat as possible without taking too much time. But look at these colours, they are divine. Oh my goodness.
I know,
right, okay.
I know.
I want to dwell on that, but I can't because I have got to get to the other 8. Now, one of them we did open out, and you can see it's that gorgeous design, same design as the mustard one we've just seen. Yeah. But in the purple there.
I mean, again, this is another colourway. She's done it until before. I did a tea cozy in it because it's just lovely, and just it being so delicate is so lovely, but also, delicate but simple. It's lovely.
And the name of that is Propagate as well. So you'll see more of that throughout the shows, of course. Oh, we've got that gorgeous flower again. Have you got a favourite colourway when it comes to this print?
No, I love them all.
Yeah, you can't choose,
whenever I buy them for my own business, for Natasha Makes, I make sure I always get every single colourway. Wow. At least multiple. Yeah, multiple bolts. Can't help it. They're gorgeous.
Look at these greens, almost an emerald green in this. You've got the turquoise in there again, that gorgeous colour in the background.
That hit of orangey pink.
Yeah.
Just,
yeah,
very
it just works, doesn't it? Look at that. I'm loving this olive green in the background there with the pink and the reds and the yellow.
Shades, actually.
Yeah, gorgeous. Your favourite print again?
Oh, one of them. Yeah, I know.
I'm paying attention, you see. I'm picking up already. Absolutely stunning. Seriously stunning. Look at that. Oh my word. Right, that's all 16 of the US fat quarters. That price we've got for you as well, a £10 saving. Nice. Now we've also got a flexi for you, so 2 payments of £27. That's all you need to pay today, the £27, unless you're adding something else into your basket. Hold your horses, because you might well be doing that as well. Do you know what? It works out at £3.37 per fat quarter. These are Anna Maria Horner designs. That is incredible value. The quality is sensational. All you need is item number 104958. What a bargain. What a bargain. Right, now then. Sets of 8 with the corresponding planes are coming up next. So I'm just going to bring these in for you. Now, the first set of 8 that we saw there, we're classing these as the purple option. So these are your planes. I'm going to turn that over so we can't see the fold so much. There you are. Now, you can see how beautifully they work. Absolutely stunning. So that's your first option. Now, we've got more to tell you about in a second as well. 368120 is this one. So that's your purples. So the first 8 with the purple. Oh, that gorgeous turquoise. Wow. But we're classing it as purple. There we are. You can see all of those 8 fat quarters with the planes there. Now the second option, so it's the rest of the 8, so the second lot of 8 we showed you, and this is classed as the blue. Now look at those planes again, those colours. Oh my goodness.
You've got colours that just pop there, haven't you?
Haven't you just?
Yeah. And
We've
just
never
look
done
at that.
Before,
I know, and it's always been my bugbear that we haven't, because you really should, because it's so hard to put a plane on a screen next to a pattern. Natasha makes every Thursday. We always put a pattern and a plane together so that it's a special that we do every Thursday. And I'm so pleased that we've done it here today, because instantly you look at that Echinacea, second one up from the bottom, and you see just because you've placed that blue there. You see how that's, so you can't fail but to see it. And if you had to mix those on a screen, you just wouldn't, nah.
That, do you know, I'm so glad that you mentioned that there, so I could just do that, because you really can see how complimentary that is. Stunning, stunning fabric. So you've got more choices there. Let's have a look at those details again. So that was the blue choice, purple the first 8 with the purple and the turquoise, the blue the one we just looked at. If you want to go for both, you can. Now, we were neck and neck on these, but I'll tell you what, which one do you think? What do you think is in the lead?
Purple.
It is the purple, you're right. Just in the lead, but of course you can go for both options if you wish. £27.99, £5 saving, 368120. That's the item number that you need. Now, just a little reminder, in fact, we've not even told you yet, have we? So it's not even a reminder, but we must tell you about the dispatch date, because these are coming from America. So I probably will remind you at some point during the show. 15th of November, so not long to wait at all. You can be planning all of the projects. Do watch out for all of the demonstrations. Even if you don't catch all of the shows, make sure you do go back and watch on rewind or record or do whatever you want, because you do not want to miss anything. Now, we've also got a picture of the designer herself. Isn't it lovely to see a picture of Anna?
Mother of 7.
No.
7?
No.
Yep.
Oh, my goodness.
I don't look like that. I've only got 2.
Oh, my goodness. Well,
she's phenomenal. She's absolutely phenomenal. And but also just the most lovely lady when you meet her.
Oh, and the wall of colour behind her there. And look, she's complimentary in that dress as well. Same colour as the waistcoat you're wearing, I can see. Now, we've got more for you as well. You are shopping ahead already on these. Now, of course, we've seen all of the fat quarters there. We've got the same prints, but in ½ meters. So we've got a pick and mix for you here. Any 2. You're not stuck with 2. You can go for more as long as it's multiples. 236623 is the item number. Only $13.99. No way.
That's incredible.
So that's a metre of fabric by this amazing designer for $13.99.
Yeah. That's amazing.
It is. We're a little bit in shock there. Yeah. Yes, no wonder they're flying. They literally are flying out of the door. 236623.
Make something really clear there, because earlier when we had fabric, it was coming from me.
Yeah.
And it was a Natasha Makes show, and so it would have been cut in a continuous length. Please know these are not coming from me. These are coming from a supplier, and it will come as a cut ½ metre. Okay, so just bear that in mind. I don't want anybody getting confused or anything like that. This show is a supplier show, so they will be cut per half a metre. It won't come in a continuous length, just to be really clear.
But do you know what? That price, $13.99, if you do want multiples of the same fabric, regardless of whether they're cut or not, you are going to make the most incredible projects, aren't you? You really are. Bags, cushions, trims on things, absolutely stunning. Let's go through the designs. So the very first one, this is your Propagate in Midnight. You can see why it's called Midnight, can't you? We had a closer look at the fat quarter of that one as well. 10% of the stock has gone. Let's go to the next one. Now, the Echinacea and Seaweed. 10% of the stock already gone. The next one, Overachiever. This is your mystery option. I wonder why it's called Overachiever. I'm intrigued by that. Then, oh, yes, it's one of Natasha's favourites, isn't it? We've got source code here in Glisten. That turquoise in there is just outstanding. I'm loving these colours, you know.
Oh, they're just phenomenal.
Yeah. Echinacea in Glow Autumn. I just love everything about that. Every single one of those colours is just divine. The clippings print in Lichen.
Yeah.
Ah, Lichen. I'm getting fed different things and I'm not sure which was the one, but I've got it from Natasha, Lichen. Yeah, it's the stuff that grows, like the mossy stuff. Yeah. That's the stuff.
Basically, if you can reference it back to a flower or a plant, that's the one.
There we are. No moss in sight there, but it's beautiful. Then we've got Echinacea in Berry. A quarter of the stock has gone. That's because we put that plain. If you want the plain, look at the other option, but you can see the colours that work so beautifully together. You're getting it, aren't you? The penny's dropping with this. Let's have a look at the next one. Clippings in Charcoal. So we're looking at that wonderful background there, the charcoal colour. Again, making those gorgeous colours pop. Now, something very dramatic here. Look at this one. Source code, but in your Midnight. 10% of the stock has gone. Wonderful. Propagate in the Golden. I cannot wait for the demonstration with this one. I think I might have to steal the bag once it's made. It's beautiful, isn't it? Then we've got Overachiever in the Burgundy. Oh, I'm liking this next one. The Echinacea, I just find so beautiful.
I know, and it was the first time that I'd seen an Anna Maria Horner print, and I just fell in love with it.
This is your Glow Amethyst. Already, oh, you're loving this one. 40% of the stock has gone on that one. The next one, we've got Clippings Lush. They're all lush, aren't they? Then we've got another Echinacea. This is your Glow. Glow, Glow. Yeah, you're definitely loving these. Almost a third of the stock gone. We've got another Echinacea now. Now this is your Glow Algae. That's because you've got the greens in there. Half the stock of that one gone. The Echinaceas are very busy, aren't they?
Very, very popular, yes.
We've got one more. This is your source code Glow. There we are. So any two half-metre pieces for $13.99. 236 623. No wonder they're busy. Oh, just fill your baskets. I was going to say fill your boots, but it is your baskets you want to be filling and checking them out as well. And we've still got more. Yes, we have. We've got even more for you. If you're worried about choosing those plains to go with your prints, look what we've got here for you. So we've never done this before. Oh my God, goodness, these colours again. Look at that pink. Now the first option is the lime. So you can see we've got the Echinacea there. So you've got half a metre of the print, half a metre of the plain. You don't have to worry about this at all. Those colours are chosen for you and they couldn't have been chosen more perfectly. Then we have the pink, that beautiful hot pink, that fuchsia pink there. I recognise this. That's a clippings, isn't it?
Certainly
is that clippings charcoal?
Yes.
I thought so. You see, I'm paying attention.
Yeah.
Let's move down.
Catherine.
We've also got the Echinacea here with this wonderful red. Now that's a really nice sort of orangey red, isn't it? Beautiful. And then finally, we've got the Cobalt, which is the blue, of course, the plain. And we've got, is that another clippings, that one?
No, that's
source code,
yes.
I feel like I need to open that one up a little bit, just so we can see.
You'll find the blues throughout it when you open it up.
Ah, it's worth it, isn't it? Because we've got half-metre pieces here. Actually, what is the width? Is it
44 inches. It's quilting weight cotton, and it's 44 inches from selvage to selvage.
Amazing. Never done this before, and I think it's worth it. I think we need to see more of this. The plains with the prints. 418508 is the item, but only $12.98. You're getting half-metre pieces. That's full metre per option. Go for all four. Now, I can tell you, the one that is in the lead at the moment, what do you think, Natasha?
It's got to be an Echinacea, surely.
It is. It's the red.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Is it? Do you know, you're very sensible because reds are tricky.
Yeah.
And if you find a red that is going to match it like that one does perfectly, you need to get it all day long, for sure, absolutely. And
yeah,
it's something that, yeah, it's something that we've always done. Well, we've done for nearly 2 years now. Natasha makes is to pick the colours that just make them pop. So it's really lovely to see, you know, to see it taken on here as well, because trying to match them on a screen is really hard.
Well, I am just going to say, if you do want that red option, be very, very quick, because half of the stock has already gone. $12.98. You've got those different options. Go for more than one if you can afford to. You will not be disappointed. 418508. Now, behind me, we've got some quilt backings. Now, once again, these are absolutely beautiful. Every time I hear the words quilt backings, I think it's criminal, because obviously you can do much more than back a quilt.
Yes.
But look at the colours again we've got here.
I remember a quote by Kay Fassett who said that when he pulls back his quilts, he gets as much of a round of applause for the backings as he does for the fronts. But this is it. If you make a quilt for a bed, then the first thing you do is peel it back. So of course the back should be as beautiful as the front, and then you can fold it back. But also, bearing in mind here, right, these are 270 centimetres wide. Yeah. So this is a 108. We call these 108s because that's how many inches it is for 270 centimetres. So these are 108 wides, but you're getting 1.5 meters depth as well. So instantly, the dressmaker in me is going, oh, hello. Yep. That's a lot of fabric.
It is a lot of fabric.
It's a lot of fabric.
I am so with you on that.
Big prints.
I mean, look at the amount. Look how small I look stood next to this. I know. This wonderful display here.
Does that not have Maxi Dress written all over it for summer? I mean, I'm nearly 6 foot tall, so I think that is going to be enough for me.
You can see how far it's been folded there as well. Now we've got the pink and lilac together there. Beautiful. Look at the turquoise in there. Absolutely stunning. And then we've also got the turquoise option that we'll also look at. So right here, your choice. Oh my goodness, these are just beautiful, aren't they? £38.99, 142284. I'm just going to say something actually about quilt backings, because they tell you to air your bed, don't they? They tell you to turn your bed back to make sure it's aired.
Of course.
Well, no better excuse, is there, to show off that fabric?
Exactly. And the thing is, the likelihood is that will do a couple of quilts for you, and that you'll have stuff left over. So you use that fabric, you know, don't just leave it lying around. You're going to be able to use those, put them in. I would be appliquing those big flowers all over the place to liven up a plane. Whatever it is that you're doing, just don't waste a single scrap of it, because it's really beautiful. And it is a quilting weight cotton, so you're good to go.
Wonderful. Now we might have a little surprise, Natasha. we think we've got something very exciting. We think we've got Anna Maria Horner on the phone. So Natasha, by the magic of technology, if she's there, we're going to let you have a chat away.
Oh, hello. Do we have Anna Maria Horner there? Oh. Hello?
I heard a little voice.
Hi.
Oh, hello. They're just turning your volume up so that we can hear you. How are you, Anna Maria? Are you well?
I'm really good. I wish I were there.
Oh, do you know, yeah, I mean, I think the last time we worked together was about, 4 years ago, maybe. And you'd come over for Festival of Quilts, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yes. Now, Anna Maria, we have got your latest fabrics, and they are just exquisite.
Thank you.
I know that you are an avid gardener.
I'm trying.
And it really shows through. But I was wondering, do you take sketches in your garden? When you see a little scenario that's very pleasing to the eye, do you sit and sketch it? Do you take photos? Are you inspired by your own gardens?
Yes, and yes.
So all of that, yes.
The trifecta of yeses. I am probably quicker to take a photo because normally if I'm toiling away in the dirt or whatever it is, and I see the light hitting a thing, I'm always assuming that won't last. So I'll take a quick photo, and then usually from the photos is how I sort of put things together and make sketches for basically all my work. I know you were just talking about the wide back.
Yes.
those are, of course, imaginary flowers, you know, but all the little parts and pieces and circles and stripes, they all kind of come from somewhere.
Yeah.
So I sort of draw on seeing real life photos and drawing real life flowers and then taking that and kind of running with it and turning it into something like honorable mention.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's just beautiful. Now, one thing I didn't mention about the quilt backings, normally, well, very often, certainly with Free Spirit, who you are designing for here, they will put a sateen finish to the backings, but you haven't chosen that with these, have you?
That is correct, and for exactly the reason you mentioned about applique, I just really want people to feel like they can treat this backing as a welcome guest to the front of the quilt as well. Because, as you said, with 108 inches wide, few of us are making quilts that are 108 inches wide very frequently, right? So there's always going to be leftover, and almost always. And so all those parts and pieces and flowers are so beautiful to be cut up and put in the front, or even in patchwork for the front. So I really wanted to choose one that was more like the quilt weight that we use for patchwork.
No, it's absolutely stunning. Now, I know that your background, obviously you were, well, not obviously to everyone at all, but you were a fine artist. Your degree was in art, so you know that was where you started. But as a teenager, you used to make your own clothes, and then then you ran your own shop with your own clothing designs. Yes,
I did a little bit of everything. It was, you know, I probably was most attracted to fashion as a young girl. I loved pouring through fashion magazines and drawing designs, and then my mother let me at the sewing machine at a very young age, but a fine art degree seemed the best sort of well-rounded route for me to approach. So I honed my skills in painting and drawing for 4 years. Mm-hmm. But during my time as an art student, I was just sewing clothes for a local shop for extra money. And that sort of took off and went really well, and I kept sewing more and more. And so when I graduated with my degree, my mom and I decided to open a little shop together called The Handmaiden. So that was kind of my first experience in developing a product, you know, sketching it, sourcing the material for it, making it, seeing how fast we could make it, how many we could make, and then fresh off the sewing machine, they would hang on the rack and sell. So that was pretty cool.
And do you, when you design, I mean, I know technically these are quilting weight cottons, but I have seen some exquisite designs. The first time that I saw Echinacea, it was as a dress, and I went and stopped the woman and said, you have to tell me what this fabric is, please. And she's like, oh, it's Anna Maria Horner, it's Echinacea. And ever since then, I buy multiples of the bolts for my own place. And, you know, here it's
we have so much of that and Love Always.
Yeah, just stunning. And the fact that you reimagine it with different colors is just exquisite. So, I mean, for those people that are maybe new to sewing, going, well, is it okay? Can we use these fabrics for dressmaking?
Yes, please. In fact, if you're new to sewing, there is probably nothing more perfect than a standard quilting cotton to learn to sew on, because as you know, it behaves very kindly under the needle. It doesn't overstretch. I would say that garments that have, you know, a garment style like an A-line dress or a pencil skirt or a button-up blouse, those are going to be perfect things to do with a standard cotton. I mean, just think about like when you're shopping and you find a poplin blouse. That's the kind of thing that's going to be good for quilting cotton. So it really is, you know, it has some crispness to it, so it's not really drapey, swoopy. So those are going to be like your lighter weight lawns and walls and things like that. But do you know what I just made with that honorable mention?
No, go and tell us.
I made a maxi dress.
Oh, I want to make a maxi dress out of the backing fabric.
I heard you saying that.
Yes.
It is stunning because you have, like, there's so much fabric in the skirt. I'll be posting it online probably next week or on my Instagram, so you'll have to stay tuned to see. Because what's so cool about that width, not just for your quilt backs, but some really big, wide maxi skirts are wider than a width of fabric, even just for the front piece, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So one width of that 108 can get your whole big full maxi skirt, which I think would be like, just imagine like even a high-waisted and like tight-banded gathered maxi ball length skirt for Christmas, or
I am
just
imagining
a bodysuit.
Yeah, I can see it. I can absolutely see it. Now, obviously, growing up, your mother was a big influence. She used to make clothes as well, but that wasn't the only artistic influence that you had. Your father, you were surrounded by paintings from him as well. Was he purely an artist, or was it just a sideline for him?
My father was an engineer, and never sold a painting. He just did it for himself. And he immigrated from Greece in the 60s, and so he did what you do. He got a degree and got a job.
Right.
I don't think that that generation had not as many of that generation had maybe the luxury of entertaining more free forms of life and work. But so my dad just painted for himself, but every wall in our house had his work, and I just thought it was kind of normal that everyone's house, like, their dad painted their paintings and their mom sewed their clothes. I remember being at my neighbor Becky's house and saying, "Oh, who made this one?" And she said, "What do you mean? Who made this one?" A painting. And I just thought it would be someone that she knows. But I realized as I got older, that's pretty lucky, that the things in your home are made by people that you love, whether it's your aunts or your grandmother, mom, dad, So it's a pretty good environment.
Now, both your grandmothers actually were quite an influence. So your Greek grandmother, who stayed in Greece, did she hand loom fabrics?
Yes. In fact, that is apparently a very common thing. I know all these other Greek women. I thought that my hand-loomed blankets were so unique. Like, I have these beautiful hand-loomed wool blankets that will have this, like, two colors, sort of like a toile repeating pattern.
Yeah.
And a loom setter would travel around the villages with a book of designs, show them to the women. They would choose their design, and he would set their loom. So if they just kept weaving, they would weave the design. And so my grandmother's blankets were from their own sheep, and they did the wool, and she dyed the wool herself too, which I remember asking my dad, she dyed her wool? He was like, yeah, of course, because
obviously, yes.
Yeah, obviously, it's what you do. But yeah, that was normal. Whose wool? Ours, of course. Oh, right. That was so commonplace, and now it's such a special idea, isn't it?
It's incredible.
I have come across other women about my age who have similar blankets, and some exactly the same as mine passed down. And I thought, I bet our grandmothers had villages that were neighboring, and the same loom setter came through,
That is fantastic.
Incredible.
Now, Anna-Marie, you are mother to, I can't quite believe this, 7 children.
That's 7, yep, 7. Mm-hmm.
I struggle with 2.
I am.
I completely take my hat off to you. It just is phenomenal. And out of those 7,
over a long period, yeah.
Any period. I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, I still take my hat off to you. Are any of those following in the artistic footsteps?
Oh yeah, for sure. So my oldest daughter, Juliana, lives in LA, and she's 29, and she went to fashion school, and she has a makeup line and does like really creative, all these major artistic makeup looks you can see on Instagram. Like, she has a really lovely following, and so she does makeup palettes. We have a few musicians. We have an aspiring screenwriter, my daughter, who's 20, and I have to stop and think about their ages, but all of them. We have a cook. I only have 3 still in school, the younger ones, but no, they're all very creative. My youngest, incredible. Mariana, last night, she's 8. She told me that she wants to come up with some new art technology for Apple. She thinks they could use some better apps for creating art. And I'm like, okay.
I think that we'll watch this space then with interest. So,
yeah.
It's funny, isn't it? Of any 8-year-old, I kind of believe that this one would do it. It just, when you're surrounded by all of that inspiration, I totally believe that will happen.
But I have to say, on the other side of this statement and proclamation that she made, like, her confidence is humbling. Like, forget like what I've done or do. Like, her confidence in that statement is like, she's like, yeah, I think they need some better art editing software and this and that, and they need an app for this, and she's so specific about what she, and it's like the confidence is like, so I assume you've already sat down in a boardroom with everyone and kind of worked through the first round, you know. It's just,
I mean, she'll do it. She'll take over the world, I'm sure. Anna Maria, I'm very aware that we are taking up your precious time and that you are incredibly busy.
I'm so happy that we got to have a chance to sneak in, and I can't wait to point to the show and let everybody see it, because it's going to run a couple of times. Is that right?
Yeah. So we will have these fabrics on 4 shows. Yeah. 4 shows now. Is it 4 or 5? 5 shows. There we go. 5 shows.
4 more.
4 more. That's what I meant to say. Yeah. So they will be, and we will create all sorts of fabulous things with them, because they just inspire. You know, you just have to look at them, and already my brain is going, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? How many different things?
Yeah.
So just
that's when you know it's a good one, when you're just ready to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Natasha. And
thank you for
take
doing
care,
what you do.
And thank you.
Take care. Thank you
showing.
so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, what a fascinating lady. Absolutely wonderful that we got to speak to Anna Maria Horner there. Let's have a look at those pick and mix again, those half-metre pieces. These are so busy. And we're going to go through the titles again, because we need to see them all, don't we? The first one, this is Propagate in Midnight. Nearly a third of the stock has already gone. The next one, Echinacea in Seaweed. Beautiful. We've got lots of Echinacea to show you. Let's have a look at this one, the Overachiever in Mystery. A quarter of the stock has gone. Then, of course, we do have source code in Glisten. Absolutely beautiful colours there. Quarter of the stock gone on that one. There, we've got another Echinacea. This is your Glow Autumn. Half the stock already gone. Then let's have a look at, this is your Clippings in Lichen. Beautiful colours in there, the blues, the autumn colours in there as well, stunning. Another Echinacea. Now this is your Berry. Oh my goodness, it's gone. It's gone on the pick and mix. I'm going to take that one out. Let's just.
I thought you were going to say, I'm just going to take that one.
I'm just going to. Yes, you never know. Keep an eye on that before I disappear with it. Lovely. Now we've got Clippings in Charcoal next. Half the stock has gone there. Let's just put that one down. Look at these colours. Source code in Midnight. I love the drama of that one. Quarter of the stock has gone.
You know, some of these you could just frame and put on the wall.
You could, without a shadow of a doubt.
And just stick them on the wall.
Definitely. Oh, look at this. Propagating Golden. Stunning. We're going to see a demo with this at some point. Then we have Overachiever in Burgundy. Beautiful colours yet again. Oh my goodness, look at this. The Amethyst Echinacea, limited stock. You can see which ones are favourites, can't you? Oh my goodness. Let's move on again. Clippings in Lush. Those oranges in that one. Then we've got Echinacea in, this is the Glow. Glow. 60% of the stock gone there. Then we have the Echinacea in the Algae, and guess what? It's another one that's disappearing.
Has it really?
Gone. Yes, it has. We've got one more. We've got Source Code in Glow. Half the stock gone there. $13.99, 236 623. Pick and mix of any two. You cannot go wrong at that price. The quality is superb. Just fill those baskets, as I said earlier. Don't miss out on any more. We've already lost a couple of options there. Let's head over to Natasha, though, for the first demonstration. I am so looking forward to this.
It had to be Echinacea, didn't it? Isn't she amazing? 7 children!
I know.
7 children, and she looks like that, just phenomenal. And just so lovely.
Yeah,
just
you
so,
can tell.
Yeah, you know, she's proper.
So passionate and enthusiastic.
Oh, yeah, like a proper woman's woman. We like that. Now, Echinacea, well, I might have mentioned this is one of my favourites. So I'm going to just do a really simple piped cushion, okay, with a little twist. I kind of like, at the moment, my zips. I'm very much into the zips, so I'm just going to give that a quick press, and I'm going to show you what we're going to make, actually, because I did one earlier. Here's one I made earlier, Catherine, here we go.
Okay.
So,
oh, look at that.
Yeah, this is your clippings. And for me, if you're going to do a piped border, a piped edge, or anything like that, you really want to pick out one of the colours that really speaks to you. So for me, I'm a tealy girl. I love teals, absolutely love teals. So I picked out the teals from that, and for me, that just finishes off a cushion. But what I also rather like at the moment visible zips, like posh zips.
Well, I saw you with that zip earlier, and I thought, I don't think I've ever seen such quite a posh zip as you've got there. You can see the quality of that. Look at it.
It is absolutely gorgeous, yeah, and I hope that I will be able to bring these on a show at some point because they really are rather lovely. And so you can make a feature out of them. Normally we try so hard to hide our zips everywhere, but actually a zip and a cushion is just one of those things that means that we save fabric. When I first started making cushions, I was terrified of zips, so I would just do envelope backs with everything. But it's a lot of fabric to do an envelope back because you've got, it's a third extra, So actually, if you can manage to find a way to whack a zip in a cushion, and we're going to look at this in depth over today and tomorrow because we're going to do a discreet one as well. This is not discreet. This is, I've got a pretty zip and I'm going to shout about it.
It's gorgeous.
But we will also show you how to put in a discreet zip.
The fabric, can I remember if that is, I think that is the clippings lichen.
In lichen, absolutely. You're not going to be tested on it, Catherine, it's all right. Yes, got it right. Now, end of call, there is an option to get this little gadget. Look, I'm not going to dress this up any which way. It is a towel holder.
Okay.
All right, but it's a special towel holder.
I didn't realise that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I've stuck it on a pizza box. I mean, if it doesn't get more at market than this. In my studio, I have this on my desk, attached to the side of my desk so that I can always put zips on. Because again, zips on a roll means that you always have the right length of zip, right? But I put off using them for so long because I had to actually put the zip pull on and it was a right hassle and a right faff. And then Lisa Lamb posted a video doing this method. And I'm like, well, hang on a minute. But then I kept losing her video. I couldn't find it. And so I just thought, I'm just going to write down the instructions for myself. And then someone said, could you share it, please? So the rounded edge of the zip, and this works because it's a towel holder and it goes down really narrow. It works with any size of zip. So this is a size 5, but it's going to work with your size 3s, your size 7s. It's just going to work with all of them.
Oh, my goodness.
So you put the rounded edge towards the top.
Yeah.
You get your zip, you open it. Everything goes towards the back, okay? So your zip pull is towards the back.
Yeah.
And your fancy teeth are towards the back. And then you sort of bring them in at an angle, like so. And it is easier when it's actually attached to something firm. I've got it on a pizza box.
This is genius. Look at that. Oh, my word.
Right? I know, it's so simple, and I can't take any of the credit for it. Like, Lisa Lamb is a genius bag maker. She's absolutely phenomenal, and she found this, and I was like, that's it. That's the one. But it has to be that. It has to be that one, else it doesn't work. So that's it. So once you've got your zip...
Oh, that is just brilliant.
I know, and credit where credit's due. Absolutely perfect. So I'm just going to pop a little stitch across the end for the simple reason that...
Now that fabric that you've got there, obviously it's an echinacea. Is that the amethyst?
It's echinacea, that's as far as I got.
It's definitely an echinacea.
It's definitely echinacea.
I'm quite a distance away, so I'm just trying to look at the colour on it.
It's the one with all the tealy buttons in.
Is it this one?
What one you got? I can't see.
That is...
I'm going to say yes.
Okay.
It's got like a charcoaly background and then lots of teals.
Well, the reason I brought it up, Natasha,
is... it just gone? Oh, come on.
Can I take it out? Yes, it has.
Can I still demo with it?
You can still demonstrate with it. We will let you do that because, of course, we do have that one in the One Day Special, don't we, as well?
Oh, there you go. There you go, then. That's all right, then. You keep doing this to me today. Honestly, I've had to speed demo today. So, cut a slice. Cut a slice. There is, on the website, in the pick and mix, what you will find is a... there we go. You will find a pattern that will show you how to do a pom-pom cushion with a visible zip, and that's this. Okay. It came about from. In fact, this was the cushion that it started with. Was this one?
Oh wow.
Yeah, and I wanted.
Oh my word!
That was the visible zip. So this was what started it. But in putting in the pom-pom trim, it's going to be pretty much the same technique as putting in the binding, the pipe binding. So that was it. And we had some of that velvet as a border fabric earlier, and it just flew. So. What we're going to do, and it just gives that little bit of interest and difference. This is where your zip is going to sit. Now for me, especially when you're using a directional print,
yeah,
I want to make sure I'm going to get it in the right way. So I line everything up, so my zip's going to go in there. There's my flower, there's my flower. I just now need to flip this down and attach it onto there. Okay. Now I use Quilter's wash away tape. It is my zip secret. For years, Catherine and I were scared of zips. I mean, not like I have a phobia, just like they're really scary. They involve lots of pins and it's just a bit of a faff.
So is that slightly tacky then, and then it just washes away?
It's like a double-sided tape, but it just washes away. So if any ends up poking through, you can just wash it off. But it just means that is held, that's basted in place. And I can now, but I use the wash away. There is another Quilter's tape, and I'm just going to stitch down. There is another Quilter's tape that isn't a wash away. That's not my favourite. It's cheaper, but it's not my favourite. I found it gunked up my needle a little, whereas this one didn't. So, and I mean, if it gunks up your needle, it's not the end of the world because you should be changing your needles regularly.
Definitely.
When did you last
change yours?
Especially
with a fabric like this as well. You don't want any of those pulls, do you?
Well, you know, you really don't. So then just give it a little press back. And then if you want, you can just stitch down just to hold it away. And that's just so that it doesn't stick in the teeth.
Okay.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So we'll just stitch that down there.
As you're just stitching that, I'm just going to remind everybody, in the half meters, the fabric that Natasha's currently using has sold out, but it is available in the one-day special. You're getting 16 pieces, 16 US fat quarters, with a £10 saving and flexi. So all you need to pay today is £27. While I'm here as well, just give you the item number there, 104958. Don't forget, we've also got the option of going for a different item number for these. The first 8 that we've got there with the plains as well, these have been chosen specifically to work so beautifully. This is the purples. You get the purple and you get the turquoise there. If you are loving that fabric that Natasha's using, it is in with the purples. If you are going for that option. And if you're going for the blues, again, same item number, you've got the choices here. You can see those beautiful, the cobalt blue and that gorgeous turquoise again there. Absolutely stunning with that selection there, 368120. So if you're loving the fabric that Natasha's using, there are other ways of getting hold of that as well.
So a fat quarter would do the front or the back. So you could have a contrast and you could have one pattern on the front and one pattern on the back. Would look rather stunning.
It would, wouldn't it?
So just again, using the wash away tape.
That is such a good idea.
I know, and it's not, again, it's not my idea. But this is it, isn't it? This is how we learn. You know, I never went to sewing school or anything like that. City and Guilds never did any of that. But I was very lucky to work with some of the best in the industry and to just watch and to learn. And that's how traditionally, you know, people would learn, isn't it? You know, I learned from my grandmother as well. That's how we learn as children. And, you know, just listening to Anna Maria where she said that her mum let her at the sewing machine at an early age. I'm sitting there thinking, how early is early? You know, should I be letting my kids at my sewing machine? And then I kind of getting a bit of a cold sweat about that. And, oh gosh.
Well, do you know, as you're stitching the echinacea there, obviously we've lost that one in the pick and mix. There's another one that's very, very vulnerable. It's another echinacea. So it's the Glow Glow. Now, I remember this one because it's one of my favourites. 80% of the stock has gone there as well. So you need to be very, very quick on that one. That's the Glow Glow, those beautiful pinks, the oranges, the yellows in there, and that gorgeous background colour. Now, another popular one. I've got to show you the echinacea, another echinacea. It's the Glow Autumn. I think it's this one, isn't it? It's that one. Nearly 70% of the stock has gone there as well. The echinacea is definitely the one that is the favourite. We've lost 3. We've lost 3 already. We have another one that's not far off, you know, going to disappear on us. The autumn, very popular. We've still got another one there. Was this the seaweed? This one, yeah, the seaweed we've still got for you as well. If you're loving the echinacea, yeah, I think that's it then when it comes to that particular design. Amazing. I still can't get over that price. $13.99 for any two. 236,623. Let's get back to Natasha.
All right, I'm just going to trim back that zip. I've put a little stitch along there so that my zip can't go flying off.
Okay.
Okay, because you don't want that.
No.
And then I'll just trim back. I tend to, especially if it's on a roll, I mean, this has just been cut, but if it's on a roll, I'd always leave a longer length so that I can put the zip pull out of here, and you don't have that thing where you have to stop and try and wrangle the zip pull around.
Which is annoying, isn't it?
It's a faff, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I just, you know, if I can just take it off there and then zip it back in afterwards, happy days.
Perfect.
But I mean, just look, that's it's already just, it's just giving it something
really
a little bit different.
How you can see that pattern following through so perfectly, Natasha. You're so right about that zip. It adds to the look. It's a statement piece. Oh, I do hope you can get those zips and bring them to us.
Well, yeah, I'm on it. They are not cheap, I will just say, but
they're worth it.
They're a decorative element,
Yeah.
aren't they? And they're really just even down to the zip pull. So I'm working on it. Watch this space. I've just taken delivery at Natasha Makes of a lot of new colourways, so I need to see what my favourites are, and then we'll work from there. Right, now, tomorrow we are going to look at making your own trim, okay, pipe trim. And we're going to look at doing that in some velvets and all sorts of stuff because I love mixing different textures. You can also get these as a bias on a roll. Now, if it's a bias, what that means is that it will go around your corners if you wish. If you put a little snip in that will go around there.
Okay.
But some people struggle with that. And for me, what I really want to do is make sewing super accessible. And also, if you're making your own piped binding, which is what we're going to do tomorrow, if you do it on the bias, let me explain what a bias is. The warp goes up and the weft goes left. Right. Okay, they're your strands when the fabric is woven. Okay, so that and that's held tightly together. Now, as soon as you cut on the bias, you cut at 45 degrees, so you cut through the warp and the weft, which means that actually it loses its sort of integrity and it will stretch, which is fabulous if you want something to bend and go around corners.
That is a great explanation.
So that's why we would use a bias to go around a corner. But it uses up a lot more fabric because you've just slashed diagonally through your fabric. And some people don't want to have that expense or whatever. So this way of putting the pipe binding in means that you can use straight binding. Okay.
Brilliant.
Which is a bit cheaper. And what it does, instead of it going all the way around, so this is the difference. Whoop. Ah. Stay up there. Right. And this is the difference. So this is one that just goes all the way around.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is the edge that we're looking at there.
Oh, I see. Yes.
I kind of like it. Yeah. It gives something a little bit different at the edges.
Yeah.
So
I like it as well.
You know, I am super happy to use that. So that it's cheaper for me, you know, and I'm using up less fabric, which means I've got more to play with for other things. And then secondly, it just means it's a bit easier for those people that might be worried about going around corners.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the idea. You can get it pre-made. We've just taken stock of it. It came in too late to bring it on this show. But I will, like I say, I will show you tomorrow how to make your own. We've got tomorrow bundles with your piping cord and your wash away quilters tape.
Look forward to that.
Yeah. So that's all coming on tomorrow's shows. So I'm just going to edge this along. And again, this wash away tape just means it takes the faff out of everything. I'm going to make sure that I go slightly past that end and slightly past that and then just trim.
Okay.
And then we'll go all the way around. We'll just repeat that on all of the sides. And then we'll put a zip foot on. Now the zip foot is quite important because the zip foot is going to take us right up next to that.
Got you.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's going to be super, super neat.
Okay. Now, as you're applying that tape there, Natasha, then
Yeah,
we've
you
got
go
something
for it,
else
'cause
we want
it's
to
a little
recap
bit
on.
lengthy.
Have you remembered we've got something else on offer? Well, you have, because these have been very, very busy. So what we've got here, the 1 metre fabric bundles. Now, these include 1/2 metre of the print and 1/2 metre of the solid colour, the plain. I hate to call it plain because there's nothing plain about these, is there? The colours have been chosen specifically to work beautifully with the fabrics, with the prints that you're getting. Now you can see we've got a couple of echinaceas here as well. So this is your lime. Half the stock has gone. These are only $12.98. Then we've got the pink. Now we've got the, I think this is the clippings on here as well. That pink is gorgeous, isn't it? Now there's another echinacea coming up. It has gone. It has got. Do you know that red, that echinacea, that's gone in the 1/2 metre and also in this particular bundle as well. So I'm going to take that one away. But we do have this one available. This is your Cobalt with that wonderful autumnal fabric here. This is the one I opened out earlier on. Is this the source code?
Yeah.
It is, isn't it? There it is. Beautiful. $12.98. You've still got 3 choices left. 418508 is the item number there. So, yeah, take advantage of those while we've still got the stock. Now, another popular one behind me as well. I'm trying to be really neat because I don't want to leave these scrunched up. But the backings, the quilt backings, we heard it from Anna Maria herself. She has made a maxi dress. You've got the pink and lilac. Look how striking these are.
Do you know, I did smile to myself when she said that, because it's
exactly
what I
I'd
saw.
love to see it. I really hope we do get to see. Then we've got the turquoise as well. Now these are 150 centimetres by 270 centimetres. Oh my goodness. Now
You
the
look so tiny next to them.
I know, the turquoise, half the stock has gone. I've just peeled back the main front end we can see hanging there, just to show you how much we've got this draped across the pole as well. So you can really see what you're getting. I know I'm not very tall, but look, this is enormous. This piece is enormous. I have got heels on. 270 by 150 centimetres. If you want to make your quilt backs, fantastic. Great for air in your bed, you're going to see it. If you want to make a maxi dress, fantastic. You can do so much more with these, and with Natasha as well, that of course you can fussy cut these, you can applique them, you can put them all over the place. 142284 is the item number there, just $38.99. Amazing value. How are you getting on, Natasha?
Well, I've got all of my binding in place. I've gone over the edge. I've just crossed them over and gone over. And then to put my backing on, again, I'm sticking with my tape. Please do use a fresh needle for this so it's nice and sharp. And also, don't be afraid to just go really slowly with your machine. It's just a straight stitch that needs to be done. But you are going to be going through quite a few layers, so just take your time. And you might want to just help it over the cord as you go. But you'd have to do that, you know, anyway.
Okay.
So I'm just going to make sure my zip is open. How many times have I done that?
Oh yes, you've got to be able to turn it the other way, haven't you?
And then I'll change my foot onto a zipper foot and we'll be stitching right up next to that binding there. Okay, and then you don't have to. I then tend to go down both sides. You don't have to. You can work your way around if you want.
Yeah.
But it's just my preference. It's just how I tend to do it. Because then if there's anything left, if there's any stretch or wiggle or anything, then it's not going to gape at the end. So that's just my personal preference. And I don't even bother to tape the sides. It's just that top, just the first line, just to get that stitching in. So I'm going to get my little thing here and find my...
When you taped against the zip there,
yeah,
you didn't have to put a hem on it, did you? You didn't have to press anything. You just used the raw edge of the fabric. Am I right?
When I did this,
yeah.
when I folded the fabric back, I pressed and then I just put...
Normally when we put a zip in, we have to fold it over, don't we? And then we pin it. Because you use the tape, you didn't need to do that.
None of that. Yeah. That's why it's genius.
It is genius. Watch out for that bundle tomorrow.
Genius.
I can't wait to see it.
I mean, I've told this story before, but I used to be so scared of zips. And then when lockdown happened and some of the kids started going back to my son's school, and the headmistress said, "Oh, Natasha, you make stuff." You know, it's those immortal words of "you make stuff, so therefore could you." I've decided that every child should have their own pencil case. Like,
oh, I remember you saying
yeah. But I don't know how to do it because I really need to wash them down. So I odor coated every single one. I made over 50 pencil cases, and every single one was odor coated so they could be wiped down with sanitizer at the end of the day. And by the time you've put in over 50 zips in very quick succession, because school starts in whenever, you get over your fear of zips.
Do you know, we are into the last minute and a half or so of this show. Where has this hour gone? Unbelievably, we're almost at the end of the launch show. We might have to see the remainder of that question at 8 o'clock, Natasha.
I will do it, I promise.
Oh, my word.
You just want to get over that hump
another look at the one-day special. 16 US fat quarters. That's what you're getting, it all 16. So we've got 8 on this side, we've got 8 on this side. You don't have to choose, you are getting them all. You've got a flexi on this one as well. You're saving £10, but all you're paying today is £27, and £27 in a month's time. 104958. Let me just open up one of these again so you can see the size of the fat quarter. I can tell you almost a quarter of the entire stock has already gone during this launch hour. Now, dispatch date, as a reminder, I can definitely remind you this time because I did say it earlier, the 15th of November. That's dispatch from date. Yeah, something worth waiting for as well, isn't it? You decide on those projects, even if you don't know what you're going to make. It doesn't matter. You are going to love these. You're going to sit and you're going to stroke them. Then you're going to think, yeah, I know exactly what I'm going to do with this. And of course, you're going to take inspiration from the demonstrations as well. That's your one-day special. Remember, when it comes to the pick and mix, all of the designs you're seeing here within the one-day special, you can get in the pick and mix unless they've already sold out. The Echinacea, oh, they are flying. We've still got a little bit of stock in certain colours, but you need to be very, very quick. There will be sales in between the shows as well, so don't sit around and wait. If you know what you're loving, just check those baskets out. Natasha, oh, where did the hour go? I have no idea. We are
well,
back
we chatted,
and
we chatted to Anna Maria in Tennessee as well. Tennessee, I don't know if they're forwards or backwards.
Incredible. Yeah. Yes, come back at 8 o'clock. In between now and then.